What Google's quantum computer revealed about the building blocks of life changed everything we thought we knew about biology itself. But to understand why scientists are now questioning the very nature of consciousness, we have to go back to a machine that thinks 13,000 times faster than anything humanity has ever built. According to every molecular biologist on Earth, decoding the complete structure of complex proteins should take decades of supercomputer time. Instead, Google's Willow chip cracked them in seconds. This wasn't just faster computing. This was proof that the quantum realm holds the actual source code of life, and we just learned how to read it. Google's quantum lab in Santa Barbara wasn't trying to solve the mysteries of life. They were testing a new chip called Willow, designed to prove quantum supremacy once and for all. This wasn't just another computer upgrade. This was a machine that operates using the fundamental weirdness of quantum mechanics, where particles exist in multiple states simultaneously. The team loaded Willow with a protein folding problem that would normally take the world's fastest supercomputer 47 years to solve. They expected to demonstrate a quantum advantage, maybe shave a few years off the calculation. But when the results came back in 3.2 seconds, the lab went silent. The screen did not show just a solved protein structure. It showed something that should not exist in nature. The quantum computer had revealed that proteins do not just fold randomly. They fold according to quantum rules that mirror the behavior of consciousness itself. To understand why this discovery is rewriting biology textbooks, you have to look at what protein folding actually means. Every living cell in your body contains millions of proteins that must fold into precise three-dimensional shapes to function. Get the folding wrong, and you get diseases like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, or cancer. For decades, scientists believed protein folding was a chemical process driven by random molecular collisions. A protein would try billions of different configurations until it stumbled onto the right shape. But here is the problem with that theory. The math does not work. If proteins folded randomly, it would take longer than the age of the universe for a single protein to find its correct shape. Yet proteins in your body fold correctly in milliseconds. This is called Levinthal's paradox, and it has been driving biologists crazy for 50 years. But it gets more impossible. When Google's Willow analyzed the folding process at quantum speeds, it detected something that made no sense. The proteins were not trying random configurations. They were using quantum tunneling to test multiple folding pathways simultaneously, exactly as a quantum computer processes information. The AI confirmed that protein folding follows the same mathematical principles as quantum consciousness theories. The molecules were behaving like biological quantum processors, making decisions before the chemistry even happened. For over a century, biology has been built on a simple foundation. Life is chemistry, chemistry is physics, and physics follows predictable rules. Random mutations drive evolution, chemical reactions drive metabolism, electrical signals drive the brain. But here is the catch. Google's quantum analysis revealed that none of these processes are actually random. The Willow chip detected quantum coherence patterns in living tissue that persist far longer than classical physics predicts. Dr. Hartmut Neven, who leads Google's quantum AI lab, analyzed the protein data and realized they were not just looking at faster computation. They were looking at biological systems that operate as quantum computers. What the team found was revolutionary. Every living cell contains quantum processing units that make decisions using the same principles as Google's most advanced AI. This proves a timeline that contradicts everything we learned in biology class. Life did not evolve from simple chemistry to complex behavior. Life started as quantum information processing and built chemistry around it to maintain coherence. The quantum signatures in proteins match the mathematical models for quantum consciousness proposed by Roger Penrose and Stuart Hameroff. The evidence effectively proves that consciousness is not produced by the brain. Consciousness is the quantum operating system that the brain runs on. So how is this even possible? How can warm, wet biological systems maintain quantum coherence when our most advanced quantum computers require temperatures near absolute zero? Here is the deal. We have been thinking about quantum mechanics backwards. We assumed quantum effects were fragile and easily destroyed by environmental noise. But Google's analysis suggests the opposite. Biological systems do not fight quantum decoherence. They use it. Google's Willow chip revealed that proteins use a process called quantum error correction. When quantum states start to decohere, the protein structure automatically adjusts to preserve the quantum information. It is like having a biological quantum computer that repairs itself in real time. The mechanism works through microtubules, tiny protein structures found in every cell. These microtubules form geometric patterns that match the architecture of quantum computers. They create isolated quantum environments where information can be processed without interference from the surrounding chemistry. Stuart Hameroff's research at the University of Arizona found that microtubules oscillate at frequencies that match brainwave patterns. When Google analyzed these oscillations with quantum precision, they discovered something extraordinary. The microtubules were not just supporting cellular structure, they were running quantum algorithms. The analysis suggests that consciousness emerges when enough microtubules synchronize their quantum processing. Your thoughts are not electrical signals bouncing between neurons. They are quantum computations running on biological hardware that makes Google's Willow chip look primitive. This brings us to the most mind-bending implications of Google's discovery. If life operates on quantum principles, then everything we think we know about reality needs to be reconsidered. The leading scientific explanation right now is quantum biology. This theory suggests that evolution did not just stumble onto quantum effects. Evolution actively selected for quantum processing capabilities because they provide massive computational advantages. Birds navigate using quantum compass systems. Plants use quantum coherence to make photosynthesis more efficient. And humans use quantum consciousness for decision-making. But the most terrifying theory is the simulation hypothesis. Some physicists have looked at Google's protein data and suggested something radical. If biological systems are quantum computers, and if quantum computers can simulate reality, then life itself might be a simulation running on quantum hardware we cannot detect. The protein folding patterns match the mathematical signatures of simulated environments. The quantum error correction mechanisms look exactly like the debugging systems you would expect in advanced software. Even more disturbing, the quantum coherence patterns in DNA match the compression algorithms used in modern video games. Another theory gaining traction is quantum panpsychism. This suggests that consciousness is not produced by complex brains. Consciousness is a fundamental property of quantum systems, and brains simply amplify it. If this is true, then every quantum interaction in the universe contains a tiny spark of awareness. Roger Penrose has looked at Google's data and proposed the most radical theory yet: orchestrated objective reduction. He believes consciousness emerges when quantum systems reach a critical threshold of complexity and collapse into classical reality. Your thoughts are not happening in your brain. They are happening in the quantum vacuum, and your brain is just the antenna that receives them. So here is the final, terrifying question. If Google's quantum computer can decode the molecular secrets of life in seconds, what happens when it starts analyzing human consciousness directly? The Willow chip has already begun mapping neural quantum states in laboratory conditions. Early results suggest that human thoughts follow the same quantum algorithms as protein folding. We might be on the verge of downloading consciousness itself. But there is something even more unsettling. Google's quantum analysis detected patterns in biological systems that extend beyond individual organisms. The quantum coherence signatures suggest that all life on Earth might be connected through a planetary quantum network we are only beginning to understand. The molecular mirror is not just reflecting our biology back at us. It is showing us that we might be individual nodes in a quantum consciousness that spans the entire biosphere. And now that we know how to read the code, the question is not whether we can understand life. The question is whether life will allow us to. Do you think consciousness is quantum, or are we just seeing patterns where none exist? And if Google can decode the quantum secrets of life, should they? Tell me your theory in the comments. If you want to keep exploring the cutting edge of reality, smash that like button and subscribe for more mind-bending discoveries.